goes through and comes back in the same direction. If I pull down or up, that is when it will start to twist. I'm going to pull the straps down to pin it to my shoulder and round and click. And this is where we're going to tighten. So I have all of this slack that needs to come through the buckle. So, closer for you. So I'm going to hold my buckle and I'm going to do short pulls. I'm going to bring as much slack to the buckle as possible. And pull, and pull, and pull. And then if I lift my baby's weight, and pull, keeping it parallel at all times to the underneath part of the webbing. So bring the slack round, and pull, and pull, and pull. The webbing also twists if I get too close, if I pull too tight, so really tight, and then I keep trying to tighten and it can't go any further. So you do not want to pull down and away from you, because can you see how that changes the angle of the buckle and it moves the webbing in the buckle. If I pull down here, the same thing happens. And if I was to over tighten, it would twist in the buckle. Show this side as well. So I'm making sure I pull back parallel. If I pull down, you can see the direction of the webbing twists, and that's why it twists. I can't actually get it to twist at the minute, sorry. But you can see here, it has started to buckle, like slightly lift up at one end, and that's where, if I kept pulling, it would pull through and twist. The same philosophy if when they're on your back and you want to not twist the webbing. So I'm just going to set the carrier up with rucksack style straps. So they're going to now go in on the same side. Put baby on your back however you normally get baby on. So baby is now on my back, and as you can see I've got lots of slack. So, same principle, we need to go back where we came. So this slack here needs to come through and be on this pass here. But if I pull down, I will start to twist. So I want to make sure I pull up. If you find that the buckle twists, you can hold the buckle to keep it straight to lift up. On this side, I've done the webbing up. I've done the buckle up the wrong way. So I'm just going to do it. But I've kept tension, so I'm not baby supported. So all of this slack needs to come through. So we're not pulling at any angle, because if we do, that's when we twist. And if you look there, it started to twist as it comes through the webbing. So make sure it goes back where it came. So you can either lift this slack and pull it and guide it to the buckle, or you can hold the buckle. I'm holding the buckle and tighten, but because I pulled at that angle downwards to show you what happens, I now have twisted webbing. So I can't tighten it anymore because it's twisted in the buckle. I hope that shows you the key tip, keeping the straps parallel at all times so it comes back where it went. It's a bit like a ring sling. If we're adjusting a ring sling rails, we need to make sure the fabric comes through the D-ring and back where it came from in the same direction. The same with a connector buckle. And it's happens quite a lot with other buckle carriers as well. Most common in the connector, I think, because people just assume it's easy or just pull and don't take time to think about the system and how it works. But pretty much any carrier with a webbing and a buckle, it could happen. So remember, it always comes back where it came from. And the same principle when you're loosening the buckles as well. You make sure it goes back